Hey guys, welcome back to the Day by Day vlog. Last week we focused on the internet and social media, and this week we'll be talking about different topics relating to public relations. We'll be talking about the history, highlighting key events that have made it what it is today, just talking about what people use PR in this day and age. With that being said, let's get into the video. So before we begin talking about the history, I'm just going to give a definition of what public relations is today. So Prowley says, public relations is a way organizations, companies, and individuals communicate with the public and media. So just understanding this general definition is going to help us better understand the progression of PR through history. So one of the first major signs of PR in the US was the Boston Tea Party. This event would be known as a pseudo event today just because it was specifically designed to attract the attention of the public. And it did that. It attracted many people, and many people knew what was going on and what was about to happen. So yeah, this is laid down a foundation of what PR was. So one-way communication was basically all there was to PR until about 1913 when President Wilson was in office. He recognized that PR would be needed as the US went into World War I. Through this, people began to understand that their say on issues mattered to organizations, to the government, to other individuals, and this was a practice that had never been done before. So from this, many industries and corporations were founded. One like the Public Relations Society of America. These were put into place to just help with credibility and accessibility of PR. So during this, it worked really well, and then PR continued to rise, and after World War II, the US was facing many social changes, and PR was used for organizations to know what their clients, consumers were thinking. This created this type of two-way communication that we know today, where it wasn't just organizations or individuals speaking on matters and then some people having say, but it was a constant conversation back and forth. And then with the introduction of the internet, PR changed drastically. It offered universal access and reach, and this led to instant availability and created many new outlets for the practice. So this is what PR has been throughout history and what it is today. And next we'll dive into more of what this looks like in our day and age.
After Julianne went over what public relations is and how we see it, I'm just going to give a few examples of it. There's 3 examples of public relations and how companies use them. Government relations is how a company represents its brand to the government. Internal relations is how the company counsels the employees within the organization, and community relations is how the company handles the social aspect of the brand. All of this to promote a positive reputation for the brand to its investors, its customers, and its employees, and it's just all really important. An example of this form of strategy was done by Google during 2014 when Ebola just took over people's health and affected lots of people around the world. Google, in order to build their positive brand image, actually donated $2 for every dollar that was raised, and in all they raised over $7.5 million. Now doing this, they made a positive reputation and name for themselves through this strategy.
As pale as a ghost. Not only do public relations allow your company to have a good reputation among people, but it's also probably one of the best marketing strategies out there, because when other companies and other people see what you've done and the positive impacts you've made on your target audience, your consumers, whatever that may be, other companies and other people are going to say, hey, this company did this really good thing. This must be a really solid company with really solid values. So practicing good public relations allows a company to draw on more customers. Having good public relations also grants your company more opportunities to positively impact not only your consumers, but people outside of your consumer market, maybe, like the example Hannah just gave. So public relations are extremely important to any company, any organization, any group, even here at Day by Day.
Alright guys, thanks so much for joining today's vlog here at Day by Day. We were so excited to bring you lots of information about public relations and how you can see this strategic way of communication and building a positive reputation throughout businesses and companies all over the world. Today we went over what public relations is as a strategy and how you see it in companies specifically. Join us next week for our next vlog and how our industry here at Day by Day can utilize public relations, and how our brand of healthy living physically, mentally, and emotionally can really utilize that strategy of just the positive reputation and that form of communication. So we'll see you guys then, and thanks so much for tuning in.